last section, we learned how to calculate AND probabilities, even when all the outcomes aren't equally likely, using the multiplication rule. In this section, we are going to derive a similar rule for OR probabilities. So let's first remember what that operator OR does when stuck in between two different events. Okay, so here I have a little Venn diagram of two events, A and B, in a sample space. Now, if I look at A or B, that means I want all the outcomes in A, either in A or in B. So everything in A, I want that. I want everything in B, and I want everything that's in both. Okay, that is pictorially what the new event A or B is. And now I want to find the probability of A or B. So to think about this, this geometric understanding is going to be very helpful. Okay, so A or B is everything in A together with everything in B, right? So let's just separate them and see what happens. So let's start by taking everything in A. Okay, just in A. And now let's add in everything in B. Something like that. Okay? Now that gets pretty close, right? That gets everything in A. That gets everything in B. So if we just add these probabilities together, we get pretty close. But there's a problem. We end up double counting a region. This region right here, in between, we count once when we count the probability of A. And we count again when we account for the probability of B. So if we just add probability of A with probability of B, we are counting this region twice. Now we do want to count it, but we only want to count it once. So what I need to do is I need to correct that overcounting. So to do that, because I'm counting it twice, I'm going to subtract that region once. Okay, now remember this region here is the region A and B. That's all the outcomes that are common to A and B. So I'm going to subtract the probability of the outcomes they have in common because, again, I count them twice. I do want to count them, but only once. So I subtract one of them away. This gives our addition rule. That probability of any two events, A or B, is equal to the probability of A plus the probability of B minus the probability of A and